and Jimmy holds it strong. 3 kills from the Finn, 3 rounds for Mount.
Nggak ikut sahur.
Apa?
Givan.
Iya nggak ikut. Serem.
Single shadow. Lah, sudah keluar.
Belum. Masa udah?
Mortal Shell.
Ini beli apa di Steam? Diskon ini.
Nggak ada uang.
Ya,
Apa?
beli itu aja loh, yang kawan beli.
Nanti stres tuh.
Fortnite Enfield akhirnya membagikan update dan gameplay baru. Fortnite Enfield, sebuah project spin-off dari seri Fortnite yang dikerjakan oleh developer Hypergrip yang diumumkan beberapa waktu lalu. Gamenya mendapatkan informasi baru hingga gameplay. Dari video gameplay yang ada, kita bisa melihat banyak sekali hal baru yang belum pernah kita lihat sebelumnya, seperti base building yang terasa seperti ada sedikit bumbu Death Stranding dengan berbagai bangunan traversalnya, hingga gameplay RTS combat dengan bumbu action. Kalian bahkan bisa melihat keempat anggota party member kalian ikut berjalan di open world bersama kalian. Spesifikasi awal dari gamenya sendiri memiliki minimum Intel Core i5 Gen 9, GTX 1060, 16 GB RAM, dan 40 GB storage. Pihak developer menekankan kalau tuntutan spesifikasi
He gets in the way there a little bit. Torch can't full swing, so Spink somehow gets a second. That's more than you could ask for in that position. He was locked in. 4v3 now.
Oh, he's locked in alright. That second kill, gnarly. Considering all that util gets used to flush Spinks out of the corner, and he still manages to make things worse for G2 before he goes down. Odyssey waiting for this short push. He sees the shadow, has that early warning system, but eyes off it. That's when the re-aggro comes in at top middle. That kill collected for free from Jimmy P. And it's just Heavy God. This time he does have a little bit of time left on this clock. 2 players to find. Torshi and Exertion. Places the net on. That was info. Heavy God, 20 seconds. What do you want to do with this remaining bit of time? She's going to be fast in towards A, and they're already ahead of him. Heavy God with the flick back round. Exertion was the guy with help. Fed first to the Heavy God. There's still more sacrifices. Torshi waiting over a long, playing this low and slow as Heavy God finally gets this bomb planted in one of these post plants. And doesn't catch a lot of damage, but Torshi is still in. Steals himself away. One bullet would end this for Heavy God with G2 back into the conversation. And there's Heavy God, the freshest face in the G2 jersey, putting up that 1v2 to finally break back through for this G2 squad.
Really holding your breath. Much for Heavy Gods. A couple of opportunities, a couple of fakes, some wide swings. I actually love the Mouse go for when they get smoked mid. They both run arch side, go play the side. I think they're going to double up and play together. Instead, they split, allowing him to take 1v1s. That feels like an elementary mistake for Mouse to either commit or not to.
Yeah, I don't know if they thought he might go B for a second and that's why they didn't stick together, but in the end, huge clutch for Helga.
First AWP in the game of round 10. Pushing to the peak middle, he's now rotating B. A bit of banana util. Ouch. You haven't seen the AWP here, G2. Will you be ready this late, posting up? Well, you can come to Banana right now, it's just Valves. 3 and 8, holding on to Banana as G2 go for the control.
5 seconds left. We're going to be keeping a close eye on this timer because this feels like another late round exec out of G2, especially as Snags now rejoins Malbs over at Banana. This AWP has been waiting here all round. Oh, that was Torshi's chance to collect. But shoots off too soon. That AWP now known about. This double B stack came moving anywhere. But the bomb's only just now leaving Banana and looking to regroup with the rest of G2 over here in A. It's another one of these rounds down to the wire. This time G2 have to be a bit more switched on. They can't look uncomfortable here. They've got a hell of a crossfire to break through. Ooh, Jimmy in the pit, Brolin in the sight. Brolin opens now. Jimmy looks to strike. It's a lot of damage, but finally they get through this shot. Oh no! G2 again! Dude, it can't keep happening. It can't. It's 3 times in a half. G2 have had all the entries and none of the time.
The bomb, did it get dropped on the jumping player? It must have. They went back to pit side to pick it up. Oh, that's just a disaster.
I was about to praise him. I thought he did a better job. Had a couple of guys in B that were putting pressure. Hunter had brackets. Players left at A, so they have flexibility where they can go. But once Hunter goes for and lost that duel, that alleviates some of the pressure. In the end, they didn't want to go through the smoke, but they did the previous time, and just no time in the end.
Alright, just rush B, screw it, reset, go fast. Push for exertion, at least gets a kill, but they need more out of it. Follow up. He gets out, gets another.
That feels crazy. Brolin, dip in, dip out. And now Spinks arrives to lend a helping hand. Brolin should get placed out at the back of the site. They get past him, and it's a 3v3 retake to close. G2, plenty of time to get that bomb planted.
Odyssey's low, but putting in a good shift. 13 and 6, find the entry again into this B-bomb site.
It's just a lot of nades still for Torshi and Jimmy. You're going to be able to ice, or cancel out rather, some of these positions, right? You can smoke off top banana, Moldy on a quad, suddenly you're only worrying about dark pool. That's really it. They can see oranges aren't clear already. Heavy got plays in the smoke. Alright, that does add some intrigue. Heavy God's in there with, even though they get past Hunter, they still don't know about Heavy God. No,
Yo, dipisah. Ya, dipisah lagi. Ya.
Heavy God shunks Mouse.
Oh, that's beautiful. But I thought he panicked when I didn't throw it away. He fired off very soon when players had rolled past him, but able to just disappear back in the smoke. They were sticking it the whole time. Heavy God cuts them up.
Double knife kill. Like it's his silver lobby. Yeah, let's go. I just couldn't believe it.
Get out. And look at the money. G2 may have can't. Look, we see T-sided games and we see 7-5 halves pretty often, but with how the rounds have gone, this could and maybe should have been a dominant game, dominant half for G2. At this point, 6-6 ain't that bad.
I think that's what's been feeling stressful for G2 though. It's how winnable some of their other games even here at EPL have felt, right?
The Mongols.
Yeah, and now here in this one, it's like they're doing 90% of the round well.
Yeah.
It's the final 10% that's been letting them down. They've already lost mouths to open up this round versus the low buy. Oh god, another one! Torshi up close! Oh, they fire the 5-7! Pop, pop. They won't get past Jimmy, but now Torshi, look at the gun he's ended up with. It's a weapon of choice. And they're going to try and come in, but Torshi just one step ahead is reading this round like a book. Now skipped on the last man. Snacks will find the kill, but that's the beginning of a long road in this 1v4. They're wrapping him in bottom of mid. Two players in the sight in front of him. And they've got the spot. They saw him on the short side. Snacks walking in. Clear out the pit, but on the line is Brolin. The captain's crash. Brolin wins it out. Mouse lock in. On T's pick of Inferno.
They're looking flustered, Harry. It must be time for a tactical timeout.
Yeah, it's time for a quick reset and a refuel.
Tell me what the fuck is.
That's saucy. That's creamy. Hey, did somebody call me? No. Give us.
Everyone, one fucking thing. Please, take all the good plays you did on Seaside and repeat them in your head now. Okay? Yeah? I don't care what happens to only this. All the good plays.
You know, remember the good old times.
All the good plays you have made. About the Seaside, you need to do some polling for us in this one.
Yeah, time management, a big issue for G2 in that first half. 3 rounds lost to time directly, but in a way 5 rounds lost, because 2 of them ended up breaking the money of this G2 squad, and it's dug them a bit of a hole to think that, you know, if those rounds had shaped up differently, this could have been 10-2 in their favor.
They lost more gun rounds to time than they did to guns.
Yes, time rounds don't kill people, time does. Here it is, flash out at top mid, Hunter on the line, they're already past it. This is a rip-roaring pace as Hunter tries to level up. 4 kill in the game so far. They wrapped him around on the arch side, he's forced up the angle still, he's taken his one. 5v4 for G2, Hunter goes fishing for a little bit more. And that's when he finds his door out the round. Bomb now planted. Great position here, sure, Heavy God's in it, but they know about him and they've done a lot of damage. This retake is going to be a difficult round for G2. 4-4, 3 from the east side. And no one peeking. The danger is that G2 gave too much space. There's a bit of info being gathered. Roland keeping them at bay, and G2 running out of time. That smoke goes into the pit. They're going to isolate the kills right here, but I'll start giving them a clean headshot. Heavy God pops his head out, but it's still out of time. There's no kill. Char to the side.
That's twice before she's in that exact position. Now once on each arm.
Got a name for it now.
The one thought he's contorting.
G2 may be giving us content, but Owls are giving us rounds. 8 on this second half.
You can also see the mirror pistol of what Mount is as well. You know, seems to be the trend right now. This will be passive pistol. But Mount with the perfect hunter, fast pace flip, get the bomb side. Well played in the active land. But a pistol round.
bit last time. That's Mal's first pistol round.
This time it's looking like the call itself is going to deliver the round for Miles. Absolute and the players are long.
Spot on anti-eco, is that more of the anti-meta calling as well? Trying to keep them guessing, going into apartments against low economy is a high-risk move. It cost G2 the last round and a half.
I mean, it is on one side. On the other side, you look at the buy that Mouse themselves have. There's a couple of Mac 10s in there. You know, it's not necessarily any.
Yeah.
It should work out. It's a good save for G2. Gets played one more. But Miles is just edging closer to a clean victory on this first map.
And it's a little bit for G2 also really playing the long game for this half, right? Because, okay, you lose this round, everyone saves, but even if you lose the next round, maybe a couple of guys save their armor, save something, so you're already starting to sort of build that economy. But it's going to be a long half if they're going to come back and win or take it into OT.
Well, timeout here.
Yes, maybe. I'm really too happy with how things went. I mean, it's just so clearly that it's not the same, but people know you can do right. Right? And you don't want to necessarily overbuy, but maybe you like to take a bigger risk.
Yeah, well, because I still practice the money in. I think just for names. And so I wonder if there's a play being orchestrated right now on this type of save force from the last round. Let's see what Taz cooked up. And it's not anyone extra beef, so no aggression there. Just nades down through Banana. It's a pretty standard opening. 3-2 split between A and B.
Miles not sitting idly by, they're getting their utility. Looks like they're hot through the smoke. Hunter actually ready to receive it. He gets 2 kills. The teammates are sure don't even need to have Hunter get an upgrade or a side grade, if you will. D connects as Jimmy gets stuck in the smoke, hit by it. 2v5 now. Feels as good as done. They read the mid pop. Hobbs just wants to make it clean. He can grab an AK here, or Khalil rather. Won't give up the kill. G2 on their way to a 6th, but they do it clean.
Can Torshi make this weird?
Can't move really, like he goes on a great off angle. Might just be the safer mouse. If anything, just knowing we don't want to give them these rifles. They've got SMGs in mid, but why give them the AK?
Yeah, this save is fine. The rest of the players have enough money to buy rifles, buy utility, so no need to throw this money away in terms of equipment. You only get 1,400 after the loss. G2 one more time, managing to win the force buy. Seemed really ready for that comp. Hunter just playing anti-flash. Odyssey was short, even Heavy God was sort of leaning towards short, watching apps.
It doesn't really come with the benefit of winning the force buy like you win it in round 2, because Mal's saved 5 in the previous. They've still got a 4 buy here. The G2 Taz timeout results in a round win, but Mal's are not going to slow down. If anything, they're going to upgrade. No at the Mac 10s, get those AKs in.
It's a sick boost for G2, but I would have liked, you know, this is, Forgy does this a lot, but I would have liked Hunter to drop an off to Odyssey and then play with the Galil or something like that, because you have 2 MP9s and a Galil. Not the best of weaponry for this sort of a... It is a bonus round, but you're 9-6 down. You want to make sure you win this round and force them on an equal.
to a bit more over towards the safe side for Maus, though they like it. They've been given this room in the apartments. This one of these SMGs here, good angle for it. See Heavy got just posted on the other side of the apartments, wait for them to come out. The position gets way stronger as Monacy has taken the bulk of the attention here. It's a good crossfire between the two of them, and yeah, look, don't know which way to look as they come out through the balcony. Heavygo gets out with a double. Now the SMGs work their way in close. These crossfires working wonders. A 4G2.
But knowing that flash did nothing to Heavygo. It went over the roof, but he was just a little bit further back on that balcony. So that's why you see some teams throw it over the site wall. It's a nice kill. Heavygo completely undisturbed by the
That feels like a little bit of an anti-strat setup from G2, right? Because Heavyboy also had a smoke. It's almost 21 minutes left. He doesn't use the smoke for apps as an apps player. That's a little bit strange. And then Monacy playing so defensive in the site, but I think they maybe saw that if they don't smoke apps, Mouse, if they're there, they would like to do this pop, and that this splash doesn't necessarily catch the player who's either in the side or on that balcony position. Big. And then they would have a good crossfire, so it almost felt like a trap from G2 that Mouse walked in.
Also loses money on time. It's the only game economy you mentioned before saying they've upgraded.
Parah.
Doing that.
Iyalah, kan katanya WKB, keburu penuh.
It looks like it has legs on it.
Bilang kalau TW.
G2 with Mouse in a predicament.